How we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Chris Page Technology Screens. We swapped out our projector today. Why are my speaker cables always so tangled up? Alright, so we're using our Chrissy projector today. Somewhat short throw. I think it's a mid short throw projector. Of course, someone's asking me about using long throws in here, so we thought we'd swap out and get a long throw projector in here for the demonstration. Okay. Just untangle there we go. Oh, I forgot. We're not in the front, we're in the back of this unit. Sound in here. Where are you? I think this one broke, so this one I broke, I'm not sure.
Line it.
Yeah, that's definitely too loud.
This is a word. That's more.
We don't have anything in this room, so everything comes
It's
out
how you win.
acoustic. Let me see, where is the...
When you book an Airbnb account, or
So I like doing demonstrations in the all white room because again, we have everything in here reflects off white. I'm considering doing the ceiling next because I have to be using the ceiling for another projector in here, and this room accumulates a ton of heat with one projector. I don't think I'm gonna put another one in here. So I'm probably gonna coat the ceiling bone white too, because I want the room as much light in here as possible. 4K tropical birds.
Getting that from YouTube.
Alright, when did I knock out that one? Probably unplugged it back, so I was working on something. Yeah, we'll get it on, fix it in a few minutes. And just to show you how much light we have in our environment, we've got the windows open, of course. Lights on overhead. Nice, bright, white environment. Plenty of light generated in this environment right here. It just shows you how you can paint your own OLED-like projection screen directly to your wall, or anything else you want to paint it to. It's up to you. You don't have to have a high-powered, expensive projector. Not needed, not required. No calibrating, no dark environments. I can't express that enough on how many times I go on YouTube and I just see really dark environments claiming to be ambient light projection technology. We're talking about certifies. So that's what I like about this room the most, because again, no dark pockets, none of that nonsense. It's nice and bright as it should be. Now the screen paint we have here is the 39 Extreme Black Widow that we're using in the demonstration right now. I sound exhausted. I am. Up this morning cutting a backyard that I rarely ever use. Thinking about this now. I told you I'm in the process of leaving this place. And as I start to get ready to get this place settled in, but get things ready to get packed up, because I'm the kind of person that don't wait till the last minute. I'll have this place already sectioned off on how we have to move out of here and be out. But I'm in the backyard, cutting the backyard now, and the whole attitude is different. Like, I'm literally cutting the backyard I never use. I'm Never only back there. Neither in the front either. I spend more time on the deck than any place else. And somebody brought it to my attention, like, you literally have rooms in your house you don't even use. Yep, I pay for heat, electricity, gas, in all these rooms, and you don't even use them. But they make good showrooms, so, you know. Still on the other side? Nah. 8K Desired Nature.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go over here and play with some contrast levels. I like to show this one off, the one with the black makeup on. One of my favorites.
Number one for price. Right. Right.
Customize the same with Liberty Mutual.
This is why I explain to people contrast is everything. It is, it's everything. It's involved in everything you watch, everything you do. There's contrast involved in it. The problem is when most people are looking at a contrast level on the screen, they actually think they're seeing black. They're not seeing black, they're seeing shades of gray. This is a 100% black level. Even gunmetals don't produce 100% black. This is why I don't understand. You know, I can see why, because it's old tradition, that's what it is. Why you see a lot of white projection screens outside. White projection screens outside is bananas, due to the fact that the screen has a very difficult time maintaining inside. And you want to stick it outside? Black technology works better outside because it's designed to absorb light, as you're watching right now. I'm watching a contrast level demonstration. My walls are bone white, my floor is bone white, and the windows are open with the lights on overhead. Now, some people think that if they get a projector with a high enough lumen count, this will fix the issue. No, you just added more to the problem. You added an additional 4,000, 5,000 lumens of light to your screen that's already having an issue maintaining in a fully lit environment. Now we're going to do something real quick. We're going to go downstairs and look at the certified gunmetal screens. These are screens that have a really advanced ambient light projection technology. Begin, and the demonstrations are all in ambient light controlled environments. I still don't figure how that one works at the day. I'll leave that. Right to the moon. Let me see the monster. Okay. Ah, short trip. Remember I had everything downstairs sitting down there waiting for me. Let's do something basic and simple, like a star-filled screensaver. Star-filled screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, let's see, out of the stack of sample sheets we have here, how many would need to pick up that star field? We'll start off with the network rate 773. Any screen paint that matches that product right there is going to have an extremely difficult time maintaining in this environment we're using right now. This is the reason why we get to cancel orders, because they're not going to be put into that comfortable environment, shade shut, dark environment, comfortable environment. You're not going to have it over here. So that becomes a problem. So the Dark Star 9 by Elite Screens. The screen has a whopping 0.9 gain. Now, the projector we have in the back of us, we're using a Christie projector at 5,000 lumens, plenty of push, 1920 by 1200, full to a 1080p projector. Just to show you that even if you have a 5,000 lumen projector, you're still not going to be able to pick up. Certified screen here. Picks up a little better than the network grade 773. I'll explain that some. It's not. The certified screens are more advanced than, if anyone's trying to say that a screen like, the color of a network grade 773 or a lighter can compete with the Dark Star 9. No. There's a reason why that screen costs $3,000, because that screen can maintain a contrast level. That is the technology that's responsible for wiping out the credibility of a gray screen. Because when that technology came out, it was able to produce a better contrast level, maintain its white levels, and pick up better color. But the only problem is, like I said before, they're not cheap. They're very expensive. And still, next to our technology, they can't even maintain a proper contrast level because our screens are literally black. Well, they are black. Here we go. Daylight screen. This screen pulls a pretty good contrast level too on top of that. This one has a 0.8 gain. Interesting, this one pulls a better contrast level than the Dark Star 9, but the Dark Star 9 has a 0.9, this is a 0.8. See, both gunmetal technologies are producing much better than the network grade 773. Because they're gunmetal screens, that's why they cost more money. All right, those of you who have white projection screens on your wall, don't know why, but you do. I've talked to these customers before. Some of these customers are really bent on believing that they're getting the best image they can get from a white screen. White screens are literally so old, they've been around since the silent era of movies. I'm talking about before movies had sound, they've been around that long. Then later on you had the silver screens popped up around that time too, also too. Silver screens were better screens, but still had the same problem. But at that particular time in the silent era, I don't think contrast was an issue. Or even being in a well-lit environment was an issue. Just being able to get a movie to actually move on a screen was actually more important. So I'd stick to white screen. Mind, for those of you saying, but that's a white sheet of paper, it's all the same, trust me. I've done the test already. White screen, white t-shirt, white tablecloth, white bed sheet, expensive high-powered white screen, all the same. All right, they pick up nothing. Nothing at all. They can't see any contrast at all. Period. So the white screen, well, you can see that the Cinemax, but it's not. Well, it is, when you tell you the truth, it really is. It matched, okay? But I don't want it in my video, okay? But anyway, the network grade 773 is a little bit bump up from the white screen. Remember I was telling you back then when gray screens came out, there was a bit of an argument back and forth between the gray screen versus the white screen. White screens were supposed to produce better color and not better contrast, but better color and white levels. That was their argument. But then again, when white screens came out, there was an argument between white screens and a white wall. Why go out and spend the money for a white projection screen when you just use your white wall instead, or white paint? But then they claim to have this 0.1 or 2.0 whatever gain, that other nonsense. See, the reason why I don't explain any of this stuff to you, because they weren't around in that era when all that was going on. Again, I've been there longer than they have. But as you can see by the demonstration here, you will see that this is producing a much better shade of, it's not dark, but it's much better than the white screen. That was the advantage point of having the gray mixes back then. You had a much better shade of, I can't say it's even black, to tell you the truth. It's not even gray, it's not even dark gray. It's there, let's just put it that way. But it's much better than the white screen, as you can see. And then you had the superior gunmetals that happen to pop, and now they can use a better contrast level than the gray screen. With its reflective coat, has the ability to pull white levels to also next to the gray screen, and also pulls better color. But the problem is that the gunmetals are very, very expensive. So people will still lean on the gray screen. But now you have this technology in the background, which is black technology. And it has the ability to pull a contrast level, which can dominate a $5,000 projection screen. Not only that, pull better color and maintain its white levels without a problem. That's the story. Believe it or not, that's the story. And you can see it right there unfolding right in front of you as I tell you the story. Right here is a matinee black by Seymour. So you have your category of screens when you look at certified screens. You have the white screen, which is the cheapest screen. This is acoustic, then it's going to cost you some more money. Then you have your gray screen, which is like the cinema gray. It's kind of like the same color as the I keep forgetting the name of that game. I had this from a few minutes ago. Oh, yeah. The network gray. All right, those are the cheap ones. You got from $500, $600 for white screen, and then you get to those like $800, $900. Then you get to a mid-gray screen. That's going to cost you like maybe like $1,500, $1,600. And then you go for the holy grail of all screens, the gunmetal, which will cost you $3,000, $5,000, just for 100-inch. Keep in mind, this is not going to be ultra short though compatible, because they usually never are. This is mid-gray. So they usually never, ever are ultra sugar compatible. I don't know why, something about the reflective surfaces really actually allow the ultra short to pick up, so it becomes really dark. So that means you're going to have to spend the money for a more expensive screen in order to get an ultra short though projection setup. You got to spend more money, a lot more money, in order to get that. I mean, you already got to spend $3,000 for the long throw, but then they want you to pay more money for a projector screen just because it's ultra short though compatible. And the sad thing about it is you will still be stuck in an ambient light controlled environment. Not like this. This is not ambient light controlled, as you can see. Lights are on or off or whatever. Even the lights off, it's still bright in here because the walls are all white. But as I said before, and then you're going to calibrate it because they're going to advise you to calibrate it. And they're definitely going to advise you to buy an expensive piece of equipment to go with the expensive screen you just purchased. So you'll be a good $6,000, maybe $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 in already. And you haven't even purchased your movie chair or your popcorn machine. Yep. Oh, there on the far end, that is the, now, you buy a projector, the high enough contrast. Maybe if I get a projector with a 2 million to 1, 20,000 to 1, maybe 50,000, maybe somewhere in the line, I can see a 100% black level. No, you can't. It's virtually impossible. Your projector does have the ability to produce a black level, but the problem is your screen can't see it. Now, 20 million to 1 is right in there. I mean, you could pick that up regardless of the 20 million to 1. You don't really need to have a 20 million or have 2 million or have 5 million or even have anywhere in that line. You don't even have to have a 20,000 to 1. If your screen can accept a 100% black level, therefore you shall have a 100% black level regardless of what projector you're using. That's where the black technology comes in at. But most people I see in forum sites will go get a JVC with this massive amount of contrast level, and then they'll hit that on a silver screen, and they realize that when they turn the lights on, why does Batman look like he's had his suit in the washer for too long and maybe thrown in a little bleach with it? It's completely washed out. Has that kind of tannish look to it. This right here is another very expensive screen. These are DMP Supernovas. You ever heard of this company before? Yeah, they are costly. $5,000, what it costs for their screens, maybe $4,000 now because they've been out for a while. If you want to ask for a 100-inch, remember if you want to go to 120-inch, you're going to have to kick out like 7-8 grand. If you want to go to a 180 inches, you got about $18,000 laying around, maybe 17, maybe 16 laying around. You can have one with that price. Let's put that one at the bottom. There we go. All right. So again, you spend on contrast on a projector is worthless. It's absolutely worthless. And I'll tell you why. Say you got a projector, 2 million to 1 contrast, right? You can't see contrast on a white screen. Not going to pick up because the screen can't accept it. So you go out and you get yourself a mid-grade screen, not a mid-grade screen like the one we have over there. We have the, why do I keep forgetting that for some reason? I should know what I do it all the time. Oh, network grade 773. About that tone right there. You still can't pick it up. All right, maybe if you darken the environment, you're still not picking up a 100% black level. Then they're going to advise you to go near gunmetal technology, which is much darker. It's going to give you a much darker level, but can you see a 100% contrast level? You still can't see it at all, period. You're picking up shades of darker gray. You start off with the lighter grays, then a little bit darker, then a little bit darker. And then when you hit the black screen, what's the point of paying for all that money for the contrast level when the screen can pick up a black level, even if your projector has 100 to 1? My projector behind me has 2,000 to 1 contrast. That's it. And yet we can maintain a star field demonstration in all this light. Now, we get from time to time when people say, well, Ken, if you got a darker screen, you're not going to be really. I got screens that display off ceilings and floors, and then we got that massive monster sitting in the backyard at 250 that can basically display a snowstorm so bright it reflects off grass. We've done that too many times to count, but So yeah, they can maintain their white levels with no problem. The problem we have with black screens that actually claim to be black screens is they're always used in these dark environments. The reason why is because black screens are not able to generate a high enough white level to be able to maintain in a well-lit environment. Therefore, they put them in darker environments because the white levels will pop higher. That's why every time you see a demonstration of someone doing a so-called black screen paint, they always make sure they stick them in an ambient light controlled environment, so that way the screen's white levels will pop higher. All right. This is an interesting topic. Let's go grab us another certified. Boy, it's getting costly, isn't it? We're at 3,000, 5,000, 4,000, and another 1,500. Another gunmetal technology. Let's see, this has a 2.3 gain right there. Now, I do this when I go to forum sites because a lot of people we're talking to, the elitists, have these screens set up in their dedicated theater room with these massive projectors that look like small little mini refrigerators sitting over top their heads. These are the monsters, people, the Sony Bravos and the JVCs, the projectors you see that cost as much as a house, those projectors. All right, let's put this one right here. I'm still waiting for great products to do this, which they will not do. So here we are now. We have another screen at another whopping $400,000. And this is why when I explained to you that the black technology that we engineered is not set up for gray screen paint mixes. That technology sitting on that wall was engineered to take out certified screens. So when we see people out there going, gee whiz, I can take out that screen. You can't even do the demonstration we're doing right now. And we can make this a challenge at the end of the day and still would never get completed because, again, it's a hard demonstration to pull off. Oh, Forgot, skip the topic here. So getting back to the contrast levels on your projector, you just paid for something you will never use. Literally, that's what you paid for. When I see people in the room bragging about their high-end contrast capabilities, and I say, okay, so you got that on a silver screen, take a black piece of paper, stick that against your screen, pull out a Starfield demonstration, see what you get. You're not picking up 100% black level. It's not picking up at all, period. Any black surface can pick up a black level. The problem is the black surface has to be to see a white level too also in order to get a perfect color balance. But this is what we tell them to do. And they'll stick it up there and they'll go, maybe it's something I haven't calibrated my projector correctly. That's sad if you have to put that in your statement that you have to calibrate your projector correctly, or maybe your lights are not dimmed enough on a projector. You already paid $50,000 for it. Yeah, that's a good investment right there. That went well. So you paid for an option you will never use. Well, you can't use it because you're not getting up 100% black level. And if you have a screen that produces 100% black level, then why would you need the contrast level? Pointless. You won't need it. Because your screen automatically generates black. Well, let's get this one right here. This is Matinee Silver. This is by Seymour AV. Yeah, Seymour AV. Those people are freaking amazing people at the end of the day. I'll tell you what, I got a chance to talk to them way back in the day. We were in the process of doing an NDA together, but very down to earth, very nice people. I've always said that about them. Always down to earth, very nice people. And the thing about it is you actually get a chance to talk to some of the family members, which is freaking amazing. And I'll tell you why, because I'm so used to calling companies and getting some kind of sales rep, computer machinery, or talking to somebody just, again, it just feels like you're just not connected with the screen. With them, you get to talk to your family. I thought that was pretty cool. I got a chance to meet, I think, both of the brothers. Really nice people. Not a big fan of the certified screens, I'm not. But if I chose somebody to work side by side with, it would be them. Diamond, on the other hand, never. But anyway, all right. So if I put this challenge out today, to pull a Starfield, a 100% Starfield, in a fully lit environment, windows open, and you can't have your screen wash out or fade, how many people do you think will be able to complete it? Now, those of you who claim to have black screens, you are missing a ton of tests. Oh my goodness, where do we start? I think Phantom had something like 33 tests under it involving black paint. There's demonstrations of us painting black paint on surfaces and throwing them against the Phantom, black fabric, and anything you can possibly name we do against the screen. Painting into the screen with black paint as the screen is projecting at white level at the same time. We haven't seen that one done yet either. Pour out demonstrations. Now, pour out demonstration is very important because some people will try to make a very dark screen seem like it's black. Certifies. To make they're black when they're actually not black, they're dark gray. They try to pick up higher white levels, but try to push it off as a black screen. That's why we request a paint pour out side by side. White level tests, they refuse to do those. Don't know why, but they do. All right, well, I guess we're finished up here. I was going to do a demonstration just basically just showing off the screen, but I figured, might as well just have a little story time and explain to you. And I love to explain to people exactly why. When you go and you watch a lot of these demonstrations with these certified screens, you see them in these ambient light controlled environments because the screen is having a really rough time picking up a contrast level. Let's give them a bit of a break. Let's shut our window. most people will go through. And that right there, I'm just trying to give a bit of a break. So we've closed the windows right there, closed the, let this light come in, even though it's white, but still it helps out for them. And let's take the lights out. This is all we got. I'm sorry, but this is all we can do. So let's do an LG jazz demonstration for them. LG jazz demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, every time the screen turns tan or an off color, that means it's having a difficult time accepting the color in contrast. Oh, now the wind comes and I shut the window. Alright, let's get a color pattern. Screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Can't tell you enough. They can't register color. They can't see it at all, period. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is why you have to calibrate. Look at the network grade 773. It doesn't pick up anything. The gunmetals have a more of a fighting chance. Purple screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Purple screen, purple screen. Well, I didn't get much of the lights on here, do I? Okay. Well, we can do. Now, for some of you thinking, oh, but that's not fair. You're in a well-lit environment. It's a $5,000 projection screen. I mean, heck, at that price, that thing should be to transform and mow your lawn for you. That'd have been nice early this morning to have my lawn mowed by a certified screen. What about in here? Now we come out of an area that's super bright to an area that's designed to be super dark. That right there is an absolute black. 5,050, 1920 by 1200. These are the pre-coated after, these are seasonal screens, by the way. For those who are asked, so how are they seasonal? They're seasonal because I don't spray these screens in the middle of a snowstorm. That's why. This is my customized because I wanted a screen that was acoustic but could maintain that black level that I needed. Well, this environment's a little different. This environment is designed to be dark. There. that wants to stay, right? Let's get her back up there. There we go. Need you to stay right there and be nice. A couple of these. This screen, 135-inch customized. We make them up to 150. That's as big as we make them. So at the end of September, this screen will not be available on the website anymore. Because it's a seasonal screen, we don't do them in the winter time. Now, projector we're using in this demonstration is much more powerful than the other one. This is a Chrissy LW505, 5,000 lumens, 1920 by 1080p. That's what 1920 by 12. 1920 by 12. I have to understand. Never. This is the last time I'm cutting that backyard. I'm not cutting it for a while. Good gracious, man. Now, absolute black is, yes, more powerful than 39s. These are the acoustic technologies that we're in. Let's see what's going on with you. We're not switching over. If we're not switching over, it means somewhere in your controls are all. Oh, there we go. You're just being a bit temperamental. I was missing a chair in here. She seems to be a bit temperamental today. Let's try her again.
Summer is ending, those savings are endless at Bob's Discount Furniture, and this Labor Day weekend we're having some percent off celebrate.
Oh, happy Labor Day, people. I don't keep track of Labor Day. It's another work day for me. I'm not going to be doing much work today, but some. There you go. Now, see the difference in absolute black is much more advanced screen. I actually engineered this one for myself because I wanted something really cool in a theater room. Sound can travel through it. It has that kind of 44-edge technology, which allows it to turn certified screens into a white sheet of paper. We have here, let me get a couple white sheets of paper here. All right, we got on the far end, that's a white sheet of paper. Let's get another one for this side over here. There we are, white sheet of paper. Oh, you definitely got to stay on. Let's flip off and see. So we can show you. White sheet of paper here. There we go. I'm going to put that on the far end so you can compare the white sheet of paper to the certified screens. There we go. Now, absolutes have spray-on coating that make that screen width. And that screen has some of the technology of 44 embedded into it. 44s generate literally so much white light, contrast levels are heavy, where they can make a certified screen match a white sheet of paper. White sheet of paper. As you can see, we're right here. That's a white sheet of paper, and right over there. You can have the lights on too. Same thing, have the lights on. Comes in handy for those of you who don't want to turn your living room into a cave at the end of the day. It's ultra short though compatible. So you can have your ultra short though set up to this, and you can be in a fully lit environment. Your wife or girlfriend or whatever can sit there and read a book, and you can watch the game at the same time. There's no compromising, no arguing about the area being too dark, not nonsense. This is why some guys end up with their man cave, because the woman does not want to change out her environment that she designed that particular area and decorated it for both of y'all, but more likely for herself. So she does not want your screen in there, and she doesn't want to darken her environment to make it look like a cave, so she can't look at the things that she spent the time to pick out and put in that environment to look nice. But wouldn't it be nice if you could just be to do both? You can have big screen experience, nice ultra short those setup, and she doesn't have to turn the living room into a cave at the end of the day. Now, for those of you saying, well, how would you know all that, Mr. Bird? Because I have conversations. That's how I know all this stuff. Because at the end of the day, no woman is going to take the time to decorate the living room. It looks so nice. Put the time and effort into it, just so you can turn it into a cave. You can barely see the coffee table in front of you or the remote control you have in your hand. Now, you can do both at the same time. You can have your big screen. She can have her beautiful living room. And you can have the lights on. Now, the fellow, when you come to the website, the one that's showing off his built screen, this is what he has. He has an absolute black. Okay, let's see. Let's go into the contrast levels. 2 million to 1. No, sorry, not 2 million. 1,000 to 1 contrast to the projector behind me. 8K desired nature. Ooh, the 255 on screen painted up. Mind you, in this room, the walls are all dark. Floor is black, ceiling's black, there's black curtains over here. Completely dark environment. And the screens still don't work. But I'm in an environment where there's a ton of ambient light, windows are open, lights pushing through, white floors, white walls, they don't pick up. Put them in an environment where it's nice and dark, they don't pick up. Yeah, the certified screens work? Yeah, they do. They do work. That's why when they show the demonstrations next to white screens, because that's what they're going to be going against, white screens. Anybody that's an establishment is going to have a white screen in there. They can walk in there, they can show the difference between the two. They pick up a better contrast, they pick up better color. Yes, they do work. What about against gray screens? They beat them gray screen paint mixes too on top of that. No problem. They can do that with no problem. Only problems when they come next to our technology, that's a whole different story. So, as I explained before, that people who like to jump into, just jump into that battle, and they think for some reason that the technology that we developed here was strictly designed to go against yours. No, it was never that way. Never, ever. From the first beginning that I got a chance to have a black diamond sandwich sheet in my hand, and I saw the difference of what that gunmetal looked like next to that great paint I used to make back in the day, that's when we started developing the technology strictly for certified. That's why the 2.0 demonstrations involve certified screen test. About 9. The only screen that could match it was a $5,000 Dark Star 9. So you consider that people who spend $5,000 for the screen compared to they pay $38 for our technology at over 150 inches it can display. Fantasy screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's pick it up there. Even in white levels, you have to have detail. I see that came all kind of great. Nope. Reba. Yeah, there's be nice. 4K snow screensavers. Oh, she just bounced the cleanup, did she not? YouTube.
Here's YouTube.
Should start with that one already before. Try this one again. 4K snow screensavers. Yeah, she's having issues. Well, now you know firsthand that Fire Sticks don't work correctly all the time, and they don't. Snow screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Literally is how you word it. I'll lie you not.
After saving with customized color insurance from Ruby Digital, I customized everything. Marco's Batman.
I choose Proven Coffee Sleep from the sleep.
I'd have an extra remote control me for what? Where does it go to? What's my thing on?
Proven Coffee Sleep is life-changing sleep. Shop now at sleepnumbers.com.
Cooking. The technology we developed has to maintain a certain white level. Well, you can see the white levels perfectly. But you don't want to put too many white levels into it, because if your white levels are too high, then your color and contrast is going to suffer. And that's the problem. They can't seem to find the tone. There's a white tone you have to be able to pick up. They can't pick it up. They can't see the color. For instance, white screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
There's a certain tone you have to see. Your screen generates too much white light, then you become like a white piece of paper. So how is this being a white piece of paper here and a white piece of paper here, and that's certified, 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 certified. Gunmetal, gunmetal, gunmetal. And they're all coming up like a white sheet of paper. So they're going to react like a white sheet of paper. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. Every time I watch demonstrations on screens, it's the color I see. I always see that color. When I watch demonstrations of people displaying their projection screen setups, I see that when I watch your screen. I see that washed out color. I wonder what yellow would look like on this. Neon bright yellow screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
You would think that would come out nicely, right? Nope. Can't see it either. What about gray? These are all gray screens. They should be to pick up gray also too, right? Let's try a list of grays. Gray screens.
Getting that from YouTube.
How to be possible that a black screen can see a gray level better than a screen that's actually gray? Let's start with dark gray. Nope. Can't see that one. Let's go with the mid gray. Nope. Can't see that one. Let's go with the kind of a really light gray. Nope. Can't see that one. Okay. Let's try the LG Jazz demonstration. Maybe in the dark something will pick up on that. No. If you can't see the colors, and the color pattern test we just showed you, then you're not going to be pick up color anywhere on the screen. So even in the dark, you still don't pick up. People will go out and spend hours and hours on their projectors. You know that? Hours trying to figure out the best contrast, the best lumens, the best resolution. Hours. They'll compare one after another and another and another. They go to form sites, they read specification after specification, just to get all of that. Get the projector home, and you ought to just take a saw and just cut it right in half. That's what you got. You got half of a projector. Because your screen is going to make up for what your investment and what you're going to get out of your investment. That's what it comes down to. I can go get myself an old 2012 projector. I don't put no thought into it. Doesn't make a difference. I couldn't care less if it doesn't have HDMI. I couldn't care less about the contrast. Don't care about the lumens. Don't care if it's 720p or 10. Doesn't make a difference. Set it up, hit the screen, done. That's it. That screen's going to give you a 100% contrast level. Doesn't make a difference. We've done 720p next to 1080p, couldn't tell the difference. We've done 1080p next to 4K, couldn't tell the difference. We did 720p next to 1080p and 4K, and they still couldn't tell the difference. Some people go out and spend the money for a projector because it says it does a 150-inch screen. Poppygosh. Bull crap. You get a 150-inch screen regardless of what projector you have. You just have to have the screen to be able to maintain the image as 150-inch without washing out. So if you can't maintain it 100 inches, how are you going to do it at 150? That's a bigger screen. That's more light making contact with your screen. I don't mind helping my customers out, and I never do. I never had that problem with helping them out. But I watch them. I watch them go through the projector headache. I watch them go through it. They would show me multiple projectors on top of multiple projectors. What about this one? What about that one? I'm like, look, man, it's not really that hard. Just pick one. Your coverage, you're good. It's going to be to pick up. As long as it's not a knockoff projector that sounds like a new Dragon Ball Z figure, you're good. It's going to work. You think I sit there and spend hours hunting for a projector? No. I got a $150 ultra short though. There's a 235.1 on this wall. And I went and bought this one for $500. Because it's a Chrissy, and I wanted that zoom lens, and this projector has an amazing lens shift capability, which means I can duck under my ceiling fan at 135 inches and not even hit it. That's why I chose this projector, because of the ability to have that lens shift, to be able to move my screen where I want it to go. That's it. You got projectors that run on, one we had downstairs, those run on, we use HMI on that. We use an HMI converter. All it does is just basically VGA to HMI. It really doesn't make a difference if it has one or not. Don't care if I don't get an adapter for it. So I can go on eBay with $500 and walk off with maybe 4 projectors or one big boy projector right there. Sorry, I started on that one right there. There's my options right there. My projector downstairs cost $150. My projector that sits on, it does the 150-inch screen in the next row, $60. Companies make it sound like you have to have these projectors. Oh, you need this particular one, you have to have this particular one, you need that one over there and this one over there. Maybe it could be because your projector, the more advanced you buy it, the more expensive one you get, the more better the perks may be able to fill in some of the blanks on what the screens are not giving you back. Maybe that could be it. I think it is. So that's the problem. They're making so many advanced projectors. The sad thing about it is there's not enough screens to basically compete with the projectors that they're putting out. Now we got a 2012 model sitting behind me. Now what my projector is? Very old. And I can get a 100% quality out of my machine. All right, well, let's take these off and have some fun with the machine behind us. Wait. There we go. you. You see those gray mixes? They're just trying to convince you that you're seeing something, and deep down inside you're not seeing it. That's why they can't give you this little short story here. I explain to you why these high-end big companies want you to go out and spend all this money for these projection screens and spend more money for even high-end projector to make up for what the screens can't do. If not, they would say, hey, look, you can buy that screen for $5,000. You go get yourself a 720p projector. It'll do just fine. Contact one of those companies and tell them, hey, look, I'm using this old 720p projector. Just pick one off of eBay and come up with the model number. They'll laugh at you like, no, you can't use it. You're not going to be able to get the true picture quality you're going to need. You're going to have to spend money for such and such and so. You know, I call these companies up sometimes. I got to pose this to somebody else because I want the sample sheet. Some of them don't even ask. But I sit there and I act like I'm a customer. Don't know much about projection screens. And the fact that I do know this stuff already from the door, I can see how much crap they're giving me at the end of the day. I bet you mechanics do it all the time. They'll walk into a shop like they don't even know jack about jack. And that guy will sit there and tell them all this stuff. And they go, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you really think so? Yeah. See how the picture doesn't change? Doesn't fluctuate. Very little change will happen, but you won't see it. Now, I know what makes this screen so amazing. Over all the certified screens out there in the market, the screen's acoustic, which means you put your speakers behind the back of it, sound can travel right through it. So that can cost you $3,000 or $5,000. You can take out certified screens with ease. As I said before, these are absolute blacks. They're designed to do that. Gray screen paint products don't compete with this technology, though. You just don't. This was strictly developed for the even the playing field with certified screens. We got customers out there that can spend a good $20,000 for a projection screen. Do they want to? No, they do not want to. That's money that can go someplace else. A dollar saved is a dollar saved at the end of the day. Depends on how many of those dollars you get to put into your pocket and how much goes into the screen. That's what it comes down to. But they don't want to spend that money at the end of the day. So my customers can get a screen that we can come in here and show you on a live demonstration, whether the room be all white, whether it be dark, and you'll be able to outperform the high-end screens on the market, whether it be a paint-on screen, whether it be a pre-coated screen. The perks about the pre-coated are it's a stretchable spandex material that just molds itself right over top of your frame, or you can just stick it to your wall if you want to. It's up to you. Some calibrating you can use with ultra short throw projectors. You can take it outside if you want to. All I see when I go on YouTube is people just getting cheated. That's all I see. You got to be stuck in these dark environments. You got to spend money for overpriced, expensive projectors. You got to go through the painstaking head of trying to figure out what projector is going to suit you best. That's all I see. People getting cheated. That's why no one matches our demonstrations. The demonstration I just showed you right now. Find one person, any certified company, right now as we speak, that's using my machine that I'm using, outdated 2012 model, jumping from room to room to room, changing out the environment, changing out the projectors at will. You won't find any. Because everything they have is script. They got the environment just right, we got the lighting, the windows, we got the projector calibrated, we got the beast of the machine sitting in front of the screen, hand him a script, and he just talks in front of the camera. I love the industry, but also hate it at the same time. Where's the real technology at the end of the day? Because if I can level your certified screens that fast, that quick, where's the real technology at? So, while we got people in forum sites spending $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $50,000 for a projector, I'm up here with my $500 projector, my used 2012 eBay projector that most people would basically skip over because they think it's a piece of junk. Well, my piece of junk and my screen leveled half of your certified projection screens with ease. I can go into the light, I can go into the dark. I'm still always going to be more superior because, again, our technology can back itself. I think this is one of the most funnest screens. I got to spend some more time here. I never spend enough time on the acoustic screen. Are we past time here? Yes, we are. Just want people to understand you don't have to spend all this money, people. You're spending too much money. These companies are telling you have to spend this, you have to have this, you have to have this, you have to buy this, that. No, it's not true. You can have a 100% contrast, or you can have all that. You can have a 150-inch screen if you want. You can have that. Just got to have the right screen to get the job done. That's all you need. You can paint screens in no time at all. You don't have to be stuck to do 4 hours and multi-applications and all that nonsense. Paint it, get it done. That's what it's about. And the most important thing is the fact that you don't have to spend all this money for the expensive projectors. All that nonsense, you don't need it. You have options. You're not pushed into saying you have to have this, you have to do this, and blah, blah, blah. I got a 44. The 44, when I take that thing outside, looks just like a TV. People are just shocked at it when they stare at it. They think it's actually a TV. No, it's actually a projecting screen. That's all it is. All this money. It's like sometimes the certified screens is like, we promote your projector, you promote my screen, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. That's what it comes down to. I was waiting for something to shut off. The customer who shut off the 2.0, all those white levels, got a chance to talk to him on the phone. Well, like I said, cool dude, cool dude. He's been doing some more videos. His screen's not even attached to a frame, you know that, right? He went out and got the tablecloth. He bought a tablecloth. And he coated his screen with a 2.0, and he just has it hanging. That's not attached to anything. And that's how his image is popping up. It's just hanging, no frame. The customer that you saw when you go to my channel and you'll see the picture sliding back and forth, the customer has the acoustic screen, the absolute black, the one that's showing his off. He's using a Chrissy LW400. That projector cost him $169. That's it. You see how beautiful that image is? It's popping off that screen. That's what you want. Okay, well, we're done here. I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. I think this is it for me today. Backyard wore me out. So with that being said, I hope this gives you a chance to check out our technology and actually get the best out of your projector investment instead of being cheated, stuck in the dark all day. All right, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.